Hello everyone, this is Romario with a new Legacy video. Before we started, I'll kindly ask you to please hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button if you like Legacy and Pre-Modern. I post videos weekly. Today, I am playing a deck that was sent by a listener of the podcast that I host with alongside Mike and Jared. I think we mentioned the energy deck a few times in the podcast, and I lost to this deck plenty of times in leagues, and usually I'm not someone that plays aggro decks, but I think it's cool that we have a true aggro deck in the format, in the form of there's different variations of energies decks in Legacy, but I think last time we saw an aggro deck in Legacy was probably Merfolk, from True Name era, with the Lords and stuff. But before that, there was decks like Zoo or Goblins was always a deck that people saying is aggro control, whatever. But it was kind of like an aggro deck too. By aggro, I mean deck that play fast creatures runs fast creatures and some disruption. And I might be very mistaken here. Maybe there was an aggro deck that I'm forgetting. We saw some people sometimes play some newer versions of Zoo or some more aggro artifact decks, but a deck that I think that's an aggro deck is kind of like what I'm looking at right now on the screen. So it's basically the red-white energy deck that, from what I understand, it's a deck that was ported from Modern. I don't really keep up with Modern these days, so I'm not really sure. So you basically just make the mana base a little better. We have Plateaus, which, by the way, I think is the only card from the reserve list that's in this deck, which, again, if you're playing Modern and you want to play Legacy, if you already have the cards for the Modern version, Karakas and Wastelands have been reprinted a few times now. The fetch lands also have been reprinted. So, I'm not saying it's cheap, but it's in terms of Legacy, this is definitely one of the probably cheaper decks you can build. Yes. So the deck it's based off an interaction of Guide of Souls, and I'll get to the name of this card correctly eventually. Guide of Souls and Ocelot Pride, and then you have. It's lots of synergy, right? So you have Guide of Souls gets better when you're playing creatures, or if you have tokens come into play, and that will generate more energy that you can make your creatures bigger. You also have Ajani, Nacatl, Pariah that also interacts really well, just because in order for you to flip it, you have to have a cat die. You have cards like Goblin Bombardment and Broadside Bombardiers that can make one of the cat tokens get sacrificed. I don't know if I should say die, but yeah, you can make a cat hit the graveyard. There you go. And Amped Raptor is another card that benefits from having the energy mechanic in the deck. And then the new addition to this deck that I've seen here, and again, this is coming from the perspective of someone that hasn't played from the energy side of the board, right? We got Voice of Victory. That card is really good. When I saw people talking about this card in various podcasts in Discord and Blue Sky, I was skeptical, and then I played against this card, and I was like, yeah, this card is really good. And at first I thought it was just kind of like a silence effect, or what is the name of the card now? I'm looking, Grand Abolisher type of effect, which we don't really see in Legacy, but this card is definitely way more than that. It almost feels like it's a better Talia for 2025 Legacy. I'm using the comparison here very loosely, but it's a 1/3, so it doesn't get hit by Bowmasters, which is something if you're building an aggro deck at this time in Legacy, you have to keep that in mind. A 1 toughness creature has the downside of getting Bowmastered, especially one that you have to pay more than 1 mana to cast, right? Because at least Ocelot Pride, you might be able to get 1 or 2 hits before Bowmasters kills it. But Amped Raptor, it doesn't matter too much because you get the value when it comes down. But coming back to Voice of Victory, it's a 1/3, so it's big enough to block Bowmasters and the token. You might be able to block a Nethergoy from the beginning of the game. And again, it's also a card that just prevents your opponent from countering your spells or removing your creatures during combat. There's any kind of tricks, right? And then the other card that I'm not usually, I don't think I usually see in the energy decks is Storyteller. I'm assuming this card is really for the longer games. So if we get paired against any slower blue deck, I guess this card might be relevant. It does make a token too when it comes into play, so there's that. But to be honest, I think this might be the only card I'm a little skeptical in the 75. I think maybe not even play the full set of 4 of them, but it's a cool card. I remember when this card was printed. A lot of people were playing like in blue-white decks, and then Archish Bowmaster got got printed, and then this card kind of got a soft ban, I guess. So there's Staff of Storyteller, Fable Mirror Breaker, and Goblin Bombardment. Again, I mentioned they all have synergies with the rest of the deck. Fable, that card is excellent. I've been playing a ton of Painter in Paper and Magic Online, and it's excellent in the deck, and I'm sure it will be very, very good in this deck too. It's just a good way for you to filter cards that you don't want to have. Like, let's say the more basic way to see this is like, if you're playing against a combo deck, like, maybe you don't want to Source of Plowshares. So if you draw extra Source of Plowshares, you can just discard them. If you happen to draw extra lands, like, this deck is a deck that seems to operate like, with 3 mana. Like, so if you join the 4th and 5th land, you can just turn them into different cards. Also, all the creatures you see here, they can be beneficial to making a copy of them. So you can use everything here. And just a mana advantage with this card, if you keep attacking with the Goblin, that might help you activate stuff as Storyteller and still cast the cards that you're drawing. So yeah, Fable Mirror Breaker, very, very good card. The sideboard, we can tell it's pretty geared towards like combo. We got Deafening Silence. That's really good against any decks like Storm or Show and Tell decks usually too, because usually it's Show and Tell plus something that you win the game, unless you're playing against blue-red Show and Tell. But still, it's a good card. Any deck that's trying to cantrip and then play a spell, which is basically most blue decks, this card is relevant. Static Prison, I feel like that's just like another removal spell. We already have 2 in the main deck. Containment Priest and Grafdigger's Cage. I think they kind of like fill the same role here, except that Containment Priest doubles up as a good card against Show and Tell again. Grafdigger's Cage, we have oopses everywhere, and any deck that's playing Green Sun Zenith, this card is also good too. And Stony Silence, again, I feel like at least once every league that I play, I get paired against a deck that's trying to play Karn the Great Creator. Stony Silence is just really good right there, and it probably is okay against a deck like probably not. It is probably good against like Breakfast, and so you can always stop the Shuko line of play. Pyroblast, again, the format is always blue, right? So if you're playing red, you should probably have some number of Pyroblasts in your sideboard. Cursed Totem, again, I guess just like in Snadu and Breakfast, this seems good in my opinion. If we get paired against the Creator Control list, hey Newton, this card is probably very good too. And Disruptor Flute, that card is also another one that I just recently bought a playset paper, and I've been playing more with this card, and I think this card is super good. Saga getting a Pithy Needle is still a very good play, but I think if you're not doing that, I think Disruptor Flute should be in a lot of sideboards right now, except for maybe like Tempo. But any other deck, I think Flute is an excellent choice for a sideboard card. So like, if you're building a deck and for some reason you're in doubt, like, hey, what should it be my 15th card in my sideboard? I think Disruptor Flute might be the answer in the current legacy. Yeah, and with that, again, a lot of the cards are just synergy based. It's an aggro deck. Again, not trying to sound like a broken record, but it's a deck that you're just trying to play a creature in turn 1. And you're playing Disruption in the form of like Source of Plowshares and Wastelands, and you're kind of just trying to push damage every turn, trying to clear the way. And you have removal like in form of Static Prison, Plows, Source of Plowshares. Broadside Bombardiers and Goblin Bombardments are also removal spells. And again, it's just a normal attacking disruption, and hopefully reduce your opponent's life total to 0. All right, cool. With that, we'll see you guys for round 1. All right, so we're here for round 1. Let's see how the little creatures are going to treat me. All right, I think there's a keep, right? We got a turn 1 play, turn 2 play, a turn 3 play. And I think I can save my fetches for the Surveillance. And let's see. All right. So does that change? I think so, right? I can cast spells on your turn. I think that's a little better. Kind of guarantees my thing is going to, my spells are going to resolve. Immobilize 2 is really, really powerful too. This is a new, should this be the new Thalia in Death and Taxes? I'm not sure. I'm not a Death and Taxes serious player. I've played a ton of Death and Taxes in the past, but it seems like a better Thalia almost. Except that you can't protect this with Karakas, but okay. So, all right, this doesn't really change the math for now. So if I want to maximize damage, I should just go with Broadside Bombardiers. And I only have 1 mountain. Okay. I guess I got a Plateau then. And then next turn I can deal a ton of damage to them. I think I'm just gonna sacrifice this thing because I have to sack at the end of the turn, right? Okay. I wonder if that's a show and tell deck. Okay, so blue green. I'm assuming it's a show and tell deck. That's the only thing I can think of. So I think I'm gonna bring this, and this exiles enchantments, right? Non permanent. So I probably want this thing to. I'm not sure about Source of Plowshares. I think Goblin Bombardment might be something that's a little slow. I'm not sure. All right, I think I'm gonna cut the Source of Plowshares, and maybe I can keep one of those. Maybe Staff of the Storyteller. Yeah, if they're playing combo, then Staff is like not the kind of game I want to. Okay, but this one seems good. All right. There's a chance they have Uro in their deck, I guess, but then I do have the Pyroblast, and maybe we can just go faster than Uro can beat me. Yeah, this hand is way worse than what I had last game, so I think I'm gonna mulligan this. This seems pretty good. So I could put Fable back, I guess. I mean, it's not great, but it's a hand that I can work with, I think. Like if I draw one land, I can play Raptor and kind of go from there. Also, Ocelot Pride is just like, I don't know. I haven't played with the card until recently because of the submission of this deck, but I played a ton of games against this card. All right, so we can probably just get a Plateau. Sounds a little funny. I made some coffee earlier, and I don't know if I made it too strong, but it's like, it's really, really, really strong. Okay, so I'm gonna show and tell. So if I put Deafening Silence, then they can't cast anything after that, except for an Emrakul, or I can just put this and exile whatever they put in play. I think I'm gonna put Deafening Silence. Oh, okay. All right. So what did they reveal? Oh, there's a Force of Will there. Let's see. So they probably kept a Trax Force of Will. Okay. And there's Eureka there too? Oh shoot, I missed that. All right, so if I draw a white source, then I could possibly double, but I didn't. So, all right, let's try to cast this. They're gonna obviously force it, but then, okay. Guess I Wasteland them. No, pass. I'm not really sure what they got there, but it's all good. So they're gonna brainstorm. So they can only keep one Force of Will from the cards they reveal from Atraxas. So, assuming they didn't have a second Force of Will already in hand, the chance of them drawing a third one are, of course, a little less. So I think I have to do this, right? Really need to draw another land. I have another force. Okay, not a problem. We've got Pyroblast, so we can always kill Atraxa next turn. Do they have another Force of Will effect? Oh lord. Is it all four? All right. Yeah, they got me then. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they found 3 of them. Okay. So I guess I do want the Containment Priest then. I think Fable is like the deck is quicker. Because they also have Eureka, right? So no, I think we're gonna go like this. Maybe we can split the Fable, the Mirror Breaker with something else, but alright, okay. So I think I can start with the God of Souls. I think those are the only matchups that like I think I'd rather be in black and, well, it's still red. I guess junk colors, I guess we used to call. No, not junk. I'm sorry. I don't think there's actually that. I think Mardu had a cool name like Junk and Jund, right? But anyways, there's another version of this deck that plays black too, and I think that's against combo. Seems like a little better, right? Because then you get discard spells like Cabal Therapy and stuff are pretty good if you have cards that make extra tokens. Okay, so we drew a mountain. Does that change anything? I think it does. Okay, so I think next turn, unless I draw something that drastically changes my plan, I think I'm just going to Deafening Silence. And then if I draw I can draw a 1-drop that's red. I think the play is just like Deafening Silence, I guess. Ooh, it's an Ocelot Pride though. Well, let's see what's on top of the deck first. All right, so that goes to the graveyard. We'll go Ocelot Pride then. Because now we can actually start pressuring their life total. So this thing costs 3 energy for me to put a +1. Okay, cool. Stock up. Okay. And this... Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. So I guess I'm going to cast Deafening Silence first. Should probably be doing this stuff. No, I don't think it matters if I do pre-combat or not. It's not like they're going to block, so... And again, this costs 3 to do this. Okay. Man, I get another energy. No, I get energies when things come into play, right? Okay. So... Alright, cool. So if they play a spell, I will respond with Containment Priest, I guess. Alright, so let's see. We'll put this in play. And I think I'll make things very complicated for them because they can't respond to anything. Sweet. Alright, this was kind of like... This game 3 here is kind of like how usually the games used to go with for me when I was playing Show and Tell and playing against this deck. And I guess that's a recipe for any aggro deck, right? Like, no, early pressure and disruption. Cool. So, want to know, I'll be here for the round. I'll be back for round 2. All right, so we're back here for round 2. Let's see what we got going on here. I think this one is okay. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, obviously we're playing against a combo deck. Maybe this hand is not as aggressive as I would like to be, but I think it's okay. So here's a question. If they play a Tammy on turn 1, what do we do? No, it's another Goif. Okay, then I think I'm just going to play a creature then. Yeah, let's play this guy first. Oh, didn't mean to. I really think I need to save the Source of Plowshares for Barrel Goif because I think that's the card that's going to be hard for me to deal with unless I can go very wide. But it's really cool that this card's a 1/2. It doesn't get hit by Bowmasters. Oh, it does get hit by Prismatic Ending. Can't stop that one. All right, so I'm taking 2 damage here. Now the question is, do I want to like play around days? Oh, this is second other Goif. So I think I can play an Amped Raptor. Am I falling too behind if I do that? I don't think so. I do take 1 point of damage for doing that. Maybe I should have just been Source of Plowshares here. Yeah, okay. Rookie mistake. Because Amped Raptor, it is like a 2/1 usually, and you get the energy to it. Yeah, okay. That was a big mistake actually. All right, so I'm gonna take 6. I'm gonna go to 11. Still kind of just want to draw a land here. So this doesn't block them, and it doesn't really improve my board state. So I think I'm just gonna try to plow those 2. I'm gonna play a Bowmasters. All right, Bowmasters actually not a problem when it's like this. Like it's not hitting any of my creatures. It does make Fable a little worse. So if they force it, I think that's what they got. They got a forcible in hand. Okay. We'll try to do the other one too, I guess. All right. So hopefully that play with Amped Raptor doesn't lose me the game. Like I said, it's probably the turn that I cast Amped Raptor should have probably just Source of Plowshares, one of the Barrel Goifs. Also, I don't understand like why I pointed here when Barrel Goifs are in exile, not in the graveyard. But I didn't think that this token existed in paper. All right, so I'm gonna take 2. They brainstorm, but no fetch land. Really just want to draw a land that doesn't punish me here for tapping. Oh my gosh, yes. This is not Gucci. All right, so I'm gonna take 1 point of damage here. They have another days. It sucks because now, okay, I guess the Goblin Bombardment now is like a good card to draw too because I can attack and sack one of my things to. Oh, okay. And I don't even gain life too. At least it would be nice if the Source of Plowshares my creature instead of Prismatic Ending. All right, land. Oh, that is a land. Cool. All right, so guess I'm just gonna play this dude. I also have Pride. Okay. Guess we just do this now then. I'm sorry. Ajani got not Ocelot Pride. I think I want to draw an Ocelot Pride here so I can maybe gain life here. So I'm going to go down to 2. And if I don't draw another land, I'm going to go down to 1 for Fable. And that's a problem now because now I can't block 2 creatures. So I need to, okay, this is kind of a solution for now. So I need to pay 1 each upkeep, right? Oh no, the beginning of my first main phase. Wow, that's a weird timing. All right, then, so I might as well just sack the Sunbaked Canyon, right? Because I can't tap for mana. Yeah, so I'm gonna draw a card. Not ideal. Oh, okay. We just, all right, so good old like tempo. So I kind of want Pyroblast, I guess, and another one of these. And I think the cut here is either Staff of the Storyteller or Fable. I mean, Fable, like, I mean, I can just do one. Yeah, you know what? I'm a big fan of just doing a split. That way, if I'm not sure, I still have the other one in the deck, so I don't know if that makes sense. Fable, like the mana increase are usually good, but against other creature decks, like I noticed that very rarely you get to make treasures. I'm sorry, the Lotus Petal artifact. Yeah, treasures every turn. And Staff doesn't really line up well against Bowmasters, right? Because, like I said, Fable, at least, like, you do have you get some card advantage, right? Like, because you make a token and it's a 2/2, which is relevant, and you make a Lotus Petal every turn. And later, if it does flip, then, you have a lot of creatures that are good. All right, it's got to turn one Ocelot Pride, so I think I should keep it. And resolved. So as long as it doesn't get killed immediately, it's a fatal push, right? Oh, this guy. Okay, so that's pretty good too. All right, so I think I'm just gonna try to kill that guy. All right, and we get to attack. And it's great to attack with Ocelot Pride. So we'll make another cat. I'm not a cat person in real life. Just throwing it out there. And cats are cool, but I'm kind of allergic to them. So okay, so they don't have another creature, or they're just holding up. All right, land. Oof. Okay. That's how you lose the tempo, by not lands or action. But it doesn't look like they have a whole lot going on either. If they brainstorm here, I 100% will Pyroblast it. But I feel like I'm just going to get here the Bowmasters this turn and then proceed to lose this game. And again, I think if any blue cantrip, I think they cast it, I will cast a Pyroblast. Okay, doesn't look like they're doing any of that. Static Prison's a good card. I can't really play around anything that they're doing. I'll get another cat, so... Clock keeps getting... okay, there was no... I didn't think they were going to cast a petty taft or anything at the end of my turn, because it would make more sense to do this the turn that... during my turn, right? Before I get to attack. They left the card on top. Maybe it was the Wasteland? Okay. I mean, if it's a Wasteland, it's... okay. Yeah, pest control. Yeah, okay. Let's see if I draw land like with the next few turns before they start playing their threats. Oh man, we have another Wasteland already. Alright, so we have an answer to Murktide. Just need to draw a red source. She's a little awkward too. I mean, you have Static Prison too, so okay. So Murktide is only 4/4. I think Bombardier is like probably not gonna get cast in this game. Unlikely I can win this game, but we'll see. Not dead yet. So if I draw an Arid Mesa, I might have to... I think I have to fetch a mountain here and then try to Pyroblast that. And if it gets countered, try to Pyroblast again. Hopefully draw planes after that. They have 5 cards in hand. I'm assuming all of them are counter magic. Oh, I drew the actual mountain. So, all right. So I'm just going to do in their turn because I guess if they do force a negation, then they have to tap instead of do it for free. We'll try to do this. It's got a daze probably. Yeah. All right. So yeah, a fetch that can fetch a planes next turn. Well, actually, I think all my fetches planes will kind of work too, because then I could Static Prison that and then kind of go from there. Good thing we gained some life in the beginning of the game with the first Ocelot Pride. Thought sees me. I think Pyroblast is gonna get discarded. Yep. What do we? Let's see. Come on. Oh, okay. All right. So we get a planes here. Basic plane. There it is. And I'm going to try to Static Prison that. Now that only lasts for 2 turns. Is that correct? Unless I am able to produce more energy. So I think I'm kind of locked in on casting Guide of Souls next turn, right? And then is it whenever a creature ends? Yeah. So if I play Guide of Souls, so ideally I want to draw another planes. So I could go Guide of Souls plus another creature, which probably would just be Ocelot Pride. Okay. So that's a 3/3. Yeah, I think I'll go with this guy first. And when I cast creature next turn, then I'll gain at least 1 life with this. Gain 1 life still. Okay. So I guess if I just draw a removal spell from Murktide, maybe their hand is not counter magic. Maybe their hand is just like removal spells, I guess. Not a Thoughtseize? Oh no, not a Gwaif. That's a problem now, because now it's a 6 points of damage. All right. So let's see. I guess I'll play Ocelot. Ajani can make a token, but I think I need to kind of... oh, Marcus Bowmasters. So what do I need to find here? Amped Raptor. Source of Plowshares, I guess? Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, then there's no decision here. What is it? I think it revealed the fight. Goblin Bombardment. So if I had this in play, I couldn't really do anything. I could just ping one of them and block this and ping this, take 4. Okay. Cool. We'll see you guys here for round 3. All right, so we're back here for round 3, and that's when the tap lands are a liability. Is this still okay to keep this hand? I guess I think I'm gonna keep it. I know it's not as good as having a turn 1 play, but I think if Elegant Parlor finds a land, then casting one of the creatures, one of the 1-drops on turn 2, but then have Wasteland, it's not terrible. Oh, with the source of Plowshares too. All right, I'm just gonna stick to my plan. Finance land number 3. I think it was a little, I wasn't really sure what to do here, to be honest. Maybe Guide a Soul should be the first play, but I think I want to start making tokens with this. All right, so they're fetching for a swamp. Okay, so it's not like Creative Control. All right, so I thought it was Creative Control. That's why I played the Ocelot Pride first instead of Guide Souls. I didn't think they're going to have Orcish Bowmasters in their deck. Okay, so but Bowmasters makes, that a little worse. All right, let's go like this. And this thing only lets you cast, right? Oh, but I also need to have, so I can cast. I can find a land and play it. Okay. Could at least blink this thing. Looks like it's a Green Sun's in it for something. It might be Grist here. What if I might actually just have more lands? Round 1 I drew enough lands and I was able to, maybe that's what it is. It's gonna feel terrible if they have another Bowmasters, and I think I can even use the Wasteland, because if I do that, I'm never casting these Fables. All right, so they make a creature. I feel like this Grist might just take over the game unless I draw the static. I should know the card off the top of my head now. Static Prison. So I'm gonna take 1. Can't block here. I have 4 cards in hand too. There's another Bowmasters. No, looks like a Green Sun's in it for 2. Okay, so I need to draw a land. Again, seems like that's the story of this game. All right, so I think I need to get a Plateau and kind of get lucky here. It's an Ajani. Okay, and I can play Ajani. Okay, so you have to pay energy equal to the mana. Okay, that's why I had 2 and then I have 0. Which we call energy. Okay, so I have 2 cards in hand. I'm finally doing something here, but I have too much that I have to do on the other side of the board. So like the cub has to be plowed for sure. Grist can be annoying, but I think it's okay for now. And Bowmaster just making my staff a Storyteller not very good, because I can't draw cards off of that. So he's gonna sack now? Huh, interesting. Okay, so they're gonna kill Ajani, I'm assuming. Just have another Grist. Oh, once upon a time. Okay. What are they going to reveal? Oh, another Bowmasters. Yeah, this Staff of Storyteller is literally just a 2 mana, make a token. It's like, it's not going to do much in this game. Unless, obviously, I draw more Source of Plowshares, then I have Bowmasters. All right, so I'm going to take 4 here because it doesn't make sense to block. Can I afford to let the Cat Stain play for 1 more turn? Oh, I think I have an idea. Let's attack first. Maybe they don't notice that this thing has first strike. They did. Yeah, I think I need to make more mana. And also making a 2/2 is not too bad here. In a world of like 1/1s, a 2/2 is king. I don't know. I think that's how the saying goes. Not a Wasteland. All right, so yeah, I'm feel a little better for putting the Shaman in play. Because now, they can Wasteland me, but at least I'll have a token. Now they have White of the Reliquary too. I'm gonna attack with both of them. And that's interesting. Yeah, I don't think attacking with Bowmasters makes sense. Yeah, I'm gonna take 5. They should probably just Wasteland me, but maybe they forget. They didn't. Darn it. Alright, I can't use that ability. I mean, I can, but then I'll probably die. I think the biggest problem here is that the cat tramples. I mean, they're only putting 1 creature per turn in play, so I think I'm going to try to do this. Yeah, Thoughtseize is quite alright in this situation here. Amazing. Again, Staff of Storyteller, just draw a card. So if they attack, I'm just going to put a team in front of it. Alright, so, Alright, obviously I get blown out by a number of things here, but I only have one card left in hand. Is that another cat? Why did the door look gray? Okay, I can't use that. Yeah, that turns into a creature. I think I'm just dead here. Let me see. If they have another one of these in their deck, then I'm just literally just dead on board. But alright, so I'll block with the goblin. Cross my fingers, I draw something good off the top. That's a creature. Maybe I get to make a copy. That is not a good creature. What I can do though is nope, can't do that. I just realized that they're both legendary. So okay, so they make one of. Sorry about all the noise if you guys just heard that. My dog somehow went crazy upstairs. So I have to block here. Go to 1. Not a Bowmasters. Oh, ignoble. Okay. All right. That was not how I imagined this game was gonna go. So I think I'm gonna get Containment Priest here. I think I like Static Prison. Cursed Totem seems very good. Grafdigger's Cage. What I don't like Storyteller here. And I wonder if I should dream Ocelot Pride, like just to. No, I'm gonna play, so I shouldn't do that. No. Just like playing around like Bowmasters is such an annoying thing. Where's the victories? No, yeah, I think I'm gonna do like this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this hand is probably one of the better ones I've seen today. And I do think I have to fetch a Plateau though. And we'll see what we draw next turn. If I draw land, I think I'm gonna work towards getting Fable in play. If it's just a creature, I might just play Voice of Victory first because seems better. There's a Cage too. Right, so let's attack first. I think Cage can come down after next turn. Okay. Now I have decisions here. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do this and Wasteland them. Should have probably Wasteland first for whatever reason, but if they play a mana dork, I can plow. Oh, they have their own Wasteland too. Okay, I shouldn't have 6 because again, if they do play a mana dork, I'm going to hit them with a Source of Plowshares. Alright, so they have 6 cards in hand. Honestly, I'm okay just drawing lands here every turn. We have Plateau. Alright, so this, yeah, I'm gonna Voice of Victory first. Yeah, I think it makes more sense, right? It's the fact that I can't be like, gotcha, on my turn. Hopefully this Grafdigger's Cage is doing some work. Yeah, Kratos not great when you don't have other creatures. And there's like a Thoughtseize. Oh, I think maybe, okay. I thought they were gonna just like, I'm gonna try to play Voice again. They're at 10 life, I just realized that. So Voice of Victory is like a super fast clock here. So they do have Snowfalls in the deck too. Like I guess just something for me to keep in mind. Oh my gosh, another one. Okay. Give me something good. That is kind of cool. What was the other one that was revealed? Oh, if it gets from my hand. Okay. Alright. That was my mistake. I thought it was gonna do the thing again. Sorry. Still a newbie with the deck. Okay. So just hope they don't have Narkish Bowmasters, I guess. Okay, that card is okay. Sorta, right? So I should be able to just attack, right? If they don't block, I kill them, I guess. Oh crap. Let's see. Do I want to plow now? Or I think so if I cast Source of Plowshares now, they can fetch. All right, I'm just gonna do this now then. I don't know. I was wondering if maybe I should hold on to the plow for better creature. Yeah, I'm assuming they had some number of green suns in their hand that like they couldn't cast or. All right, so Disruptor Flute. I don't think I want that. Goblin Bombardment seems really good, right? Because they have a lot of creatures have 1 toughness. Do I want to change anything here? Seems like I'm having a hard time getting to 3 manas. I don't even know if I should just play Disruptor Flute and name Wasteland. Kind of low-key wanted to cut an Ocelot Pride and just add another Fable. But again, like getting to 3 manas has been a struggle. So I think I'm just going to ship it back like this. Yeah, I'm going to keep this one. Yeah, I can fetch some basics. This doesn't get hit by Bowmasters. And we have Source of Plowshares. Yep, this is excellent. If they just Thoughtseize me. No, it's a Queen Ranger. Okay. Yeah. I think I just plow that guy. Yeah. It does make my Wasteland worse later. I think a Queen Ranger doesn't really make, like, just by itself is not amazing, right? Because it needs a creature, it needs a buddy to, like in Legacy, in Pre-Modern, we usually see this card like, being very good with mana dorks, because then you go up in mana. But just picking up a forest and replaying, that's not great. Okay, so they're like playing like a bootleg elves deck here. Okay, so I think the plan here is if they play a creature that matters, oh, it's 100% Bowmasters in their hand. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so this works out. Obviously, I can't try to Wasteland this because then Disruptor Flute. Okay, yeah. There is something they're allowed to do. I thought it was a Bowmasters they were telegraphing here, but maybe it still is. Like maybe they just had options for 2 drops. Did I think what to name here? Ocelot Pride. All right, that's a good one to name. So I get to attack. I don't really have any way to like pump it. All right, so Ocelot Pride costs 4 mana now, right? I do get to play the Amped Raptor next turn. And again, I'm like very Wasteland proof. Noble Hierarch. So now Korean Ranger is a little better. Ooh, I should have probably just... Yeah, I should have plowed before this thing triggered. Yeah, that was a mistake. Sorry. The reason I'm going to do this instead of this guy is because if I draw another Wasteland, then I can actually Wasteland them. They do their Wasteland, but not Bombardiers. All right, let's see what this thing's going to give me. Oh, man, is it always Ajani? Is that something that's a reason this card like reveal target Ajani? Because I think it's the second time I use this card and the second time I get an Ajani. All right, so now I could give +1/+1 against flying, whatever. Does the game lifelink too? Now it becomes an angel. Can I do this now? How does this work? Sure. Yeah. It's like Broadside is basically unblockable, right? So I can't block that one. I mean, I can, but I'm not going to. Double Wasteland. Very good, very good. Yeah, I guess I'll play the Plateau. Let me just Broadside it up. And do I have lethal here? I don't know. I think I do. Okay, cool. All right, 2-1. I'll see you guys here for round 4. All right, so here for round 4, this hand is everything might as well cost 1 million mana. So I'm gonna mulligan. This one is a lot better. I think I'll put this guy back for now. Again, just from the previous games, it feels like getting to 3 mana with this deck is not easy. And also our Shepherd. So are we playing against Nadu? Seems like it. I'm gonna get a Plateau. We'll play Ocelot Pride. Pretty good spread of like decks so far. Like I'm not playing against the same deck every round. So like I mentioned in the podcast a few times, like no, one thing that makes me like not be very excited to play Legacy is when we're basically playing against the same deck over and over again. That's kind of like one of the reasons for me like sometimes not wanting to play. Guess I'm gonna try to do this. They could sack a land. All right, so they sacked that one. I'm going to try to Wasteland them. Yeah, I'll trade with whatever. I might trade a Shepherd here. Oh, oof, hold on a second. No. I can't decide this anymore, can I? I'm not sure how this works. I'm not sure how Magic works. Hopefully they don't have another land. Oh, well, technically they don't have a land. All right, but they're swinging for 2. Cool. That dies because I don't have a target neither. All right, let's see. So what do I want to draw here? I think if I draw like a Source of Plowshares or like a land that I can play this into like something else. If Nadu comes down, they can target once, I guess, with Sylvan Safekeeper. Okay, so they can do this, but then maybe they don't. Maybe they do. All right, so we're gonna do this and can't really attack at this point. Do make a token. Yeah, I don't know if I can beat this. It was probably a very good start for me, but like I sound like a broken record, but definitely need to draw another land that turn. Maybe Amped Raptor. So they can target everything like twice now, right? Sylvan Safekeeper, Korean Ranger, is a Nacatl Soul Cauldron. Okay, that doesn't change much. I don't think so, right? Well, it does, right? Because it can target something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, they got it. All right. Cool. Yeah, this is gonna be a hard deck for me to interact with. So I think I need Cursed Totem. I mean, I saw they probably green Sun Zenith and stuff, right? So I think I have to bring all this stuff too. Pyroblast, I guess. I'm not really sure. And just all the removal that I can get. And what I don't like. Staff of Storyteller, again, seems like pretty slow. Voice of Victory. Is that good here? Goblin Bombardment seems okay, right? Because again, they have a bunch of creatures that have 1 toughness. Source of Plowshares, of course, is good. Static Prison seems okay. Again, I think Fable is all right. Do I want all these cards though? Let me see. So Cursed Totems are really good, of course. They have a bunch of creatures that tap for mana. That Cursed Totem will stop them from doing that. Containment Priest is a 2/2. Yeah, I think maybe Voice of Victory is also something that makes tokens. Pyroblast can counter, not doing a stack. Disruptor Flute. Yeah, all these cards seems good against them. Maybe I just need Ocelot Pride to make tokens. I don't need Voice of Victory, and or maybe I can just bring back. Alright, I'm gonna try like this. I feel like a lot of the cards here, maybe I'm just not playing with them the correct way, or I'm undervaluing some of them. But I know this hand is not keepable. Alright, yeah, I think I'm gonna keep this one. And I don't know if they play a lot of non-basics. I think maybe the basic Mountain is not great. Karakas, they play any. So Nadu, of course, is a legendary creature, but do I have any legendary creatures in my deck that I want to bounce back? I don't think so. There's only Ajani, right? I guess it's enough reason to keep it, but okay, I think I'm just going to put the second Wasteland. All right, so we start with Ocelot Pride, and ideally they go Tropical Island, Dork, and we can do the Delver thing of like removal plus Wasteland. All right, okay, so that works too. Now the question is if I draw Ajani. No, I don't think it's still. I think it's still just Wasteland though. Elegant Parlor. All right, so let's attack first, and then we'll. All right, so I definitely need to do this. Kind of wish now that I had the second Wasteland. I think the Mountain maybe was not the card for me to keep. Oh, if Geistkord is their play, we might have a chance here. All right, so let's play this first. Need a creature. That is a creature. All right, so I'm gonna play this thing. I mean, how does that work with it? If you control 10 or more permanents, you get the City's Blessing. Okay, so if you have the City's Blessing, okay. So I have 6 permanents. I'll have 7, 8 next turn. Okay, so birds. All right. Oh, still a Safekeeper. Okay, let's see what this thing gives me. What is a reveal? Reveal here, right? So I have to say no. This was Fable, right? What is it? Okay, just unlucky, I guess. I guess. So if they block, yeah, I think I have to attack because if they block, then Cradle gets worse too. Yeah, so the Mountain turned out not to be the best option. So I should have probably just kept the thing. All right, let's see. We'll do this. What would they reveal? Spring Heart Nantuko. Okay, so they are gonna protect it. All right. So I'm gonna play a land, and I have the City's Blessing now. So I think do I just pass then? So I don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold on a second. Yeah. Oh, I get to see this blessing at the. Okay, so I could have attacked with the tokens. All right, man. Hold on. Okay, and I think the game is over anyway. So me not attacking didn't. I don't think it mattered. Yeah, let me just. I'll do the thing first, but I think they're just gonna get too many cards. All right. Yeah, I'll have 6 here. I don't know if there's a way I can win because they would have to hit like a lot of non-lands. Well, Card of Calling doesn't do anything now. All right, so I think the last one here was like, no, maybe I should have just kept the second Wasteland. I felt like the basic Mountain would be better if I was playing against a matchup that they had Wastelands too, because then I can play like non-lands that don't get Wastelanded. But the deck's not playing Wasteland, so if I kept the second Wasteland, then they wouldn't have the Cradle, and maybe I can kind of push them back just enough that yeah, I think they got enough because now they can just put tokens in. All right, 2-2. Let's see if I can still finish with a positive record in this league, and we'll see you guys here for round 5. All right, so we're here for round 5. Try to get this 3-2 Dream, and that's not a keepable hand. This is pretty good. So I guess I can put the second Fable back. All right, so we have a turn 1 Ocelot Pride, which is kind of like what we're trying to do in every game, I guess. Or Soul Guided. What's that the name of the other guy? I should know the name of the creature. Guide of Souls. Okay, it's 2/2 Green Monolith. Please don't kill me on turn 1. Oh, Chalice. Okay, Chalice is fine. I already got the 1 drop in play. Well, spoke too soon. So it's like whenever, I mean, I have this cards in paper, and ever since Bowmasters got printed, I stopped playing stuff with Storyteller. Okay, so I can put a counter on it whenever, but I think I want to be more aggressive. Well, they're both 1. Yeah, okay. Also, that thing flies too, so I think it's better. So, we're gonna. Okay, there's a Saga. There's also a prize not gonna get cast. Well, no, it's not gonna get cast at all in this game. There's a Mystic Forge. It could be like an Eldrazi deck too, right? Oh, with Sagas. I don't know if they place. Oh, who knows? Could be anything. They're gonna kill my Ocelot Pride. And have some tokens that can't really block. keep attacking. I think next turn we can probably start drawing cards. This Ancient Tomb like might be like a liability for them now because Voice of Victory. All right, let's try to draw a card here. I need to draw land. I mean, I guess I'll swing with everyone because is that whenever a cat dies, this thing flips. Is that what it does? So they're not gonna block. Okay, so I make it 2/2. They want to make another one. They have to lose 2 life, so they probably won't do it. Still trying to figure like if that's a like an Eldrazi deck or like a Mystic Forge style deck. Either way, I think Stony Silence is probably coming in. Okay, so yeah, all right. So it could be like the big Eldrazi deck. Watch them play All Is Dust or something like that. Something ridiculous. Oh, the One Ring. All right, so they have Karn. Okay, yeah, that's kind of annoying though. Well, I'm still gonna do the same, make the same play. They're gonna attack. All right. Oh, let it happen. That's really interesting. Oh, I can't plow that. Never mind. Not interesting at all. Never mind. So I could Voice of Victory or Amped Raptor. I think Amped Raptor has a big chance of hitting something that doesn't matter. I'm not really sure what to do here. Like the only card I would like to see off of Amped Raptor would be a Goblin Bombardment. But there's like a bunch of 1-drops in the deck still. Like so I can. All right, I'm gonna attack Karn with this creatures. They can block 1. I think Ajani flips. Or maybe not, because it still doesn't, it's not enough to kill Karn. Karn just goes to 1. Okay, so they're gonna do that. All right, so Ajani's gonna flip. All right, and then I think I have to create a token. Yeah, that happens. Can't really take advantage of that, but I guess I'll cast a Voice of Victory. It's kind of busted how Ajani just makes creatures with a 0 ability. Like in the past, those cards would have to like lose some loyalty, but it's getting to the point here. Maybe they can just grab like an Ensnare Bridge and I can't really do anything. Walking Ballista would also be terrible for me here. I don't think people play that card anymore though, but Portable Hole. Interesting. They're going to play a 1-drop into their Chalice. Where's this Workshop? Okay. So I have what? 1, 2, 4. They just step for nothing? Okay. If they attack with a construct that I failed, I'm not really sure what they mean by that. Alright, so I can't cast any of the I'm like not drawing the 3rd land again. I didn't draw, right? No. So they're at 9. If I attack on each cat you control, so this will swing for 3, 5, 6, 7. Put them at 2. Let's see what this guy finds first. Ocelot Pride. I mean, it gets countered, right? But do I need to save the energy? Probably not. All right. Okay. So that's 1, 3, 6. They can block 1, so I'm just trying to kill Karn. I guess I can attack them too. Oh no, I reset. This thing makes 2 tokens, right? So it's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they have to block 1. And then Karn is still. Oh, hold on. Then let me see. So if they block here, they take 3, 4, 5, 6. I do have to take in consideration that the One Ring does damage to them too. All right, so I think I'm gonna just attack Karn. I can attack them. All right. Did I go to 5? Again, I can make my cats bigger again. Oh, Flash Raker. Making blockers is annoying for me. Oh, hold on a second. Now I can actually use my staff too. So maybe that'll make things a little better. Oh my gosh, now another Karn. What are they grabbing this time? Okay, so it's a Walking Ballista. Never mind. Yeah, that might be a problem though. Unless maybe we can just ult Ajani. All right, they're casting Ballista. Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, it kind of does the same thing, right? They gain a trigger, so it's not a problem. Okay, so now they cast this too. Yeah, because whenever you cast, you don't have to resolve. So Chalices. They're gonna make a Ballista that's a 4/4, and this will trigger this thing again. Also makes the construct a little bigger. Yeah, I'm not sure if they can. I mean, I can still win. So they have to attack into Ajani. Guess not. So do I attack to Karn or them? I don't think it matters, right? Because they're probably gonna block it anyways. Yeah, I think at this point I need to draw. I think the only thing that saves me is like a Bombardier. So if Fable stays in play, I can get rid of the cards that I can't cast, so they just gain life. Yeah, so I guess Bombardier is my only hope here. You know, because now they have 3 cards in hand. It could be 3 lands. Who knows? If they have another ring, I think that's... Oh, yeah. All right. This is not looking good now. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, they're gonna... Yeah, I think if they exile my Fable... Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think we can go to game 2 now. So, I think I just want this and this. I don't have any way to destroy artifacts. I mean, so Chalice just stays in play, I guess. Deafening Silence seems like okay-ish, but... So I do need Source of Plowshares. You know, trim some of this, because that card did not seem very good in this game. Also, if I'm going to bring Stony Silence, I probably don't need Staff a Storyteller. I guess I can just bring Disruptor Flute. I'll just think of something that I want to name. Yeah, I think I'll keep this one. I think Broadside is one card that I really wanted to draw the last game, right? Because their life total was like very low for a long time, and I think Broadside would be the card that would help me get across the finish line. Is it Chalice? Okay, so let's get the Elegant Parlor. You guys leave it on top. Yep. Flash Raker. All right. Okay. Start attacking. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Because Bombardier is basically unblockable, right? Like in Legacy, Heavy Menace is basically unblockable. So you need Metalcraft for this to do busted things. Yep. I think I'll take 1 point of damage here to do this again. So I go to 10 as a Fable. I think... Do I want another Fable? Yeah, I think I'll leave it on top. And I think I can just sack Fable plus token. All right, the one ring. They can't activate though, so it's kind of okay. It just kind of like time walks them. I mean, time walks me or them. I don't know. It makes it I can't attack. Yeah, they should attack for 2 because can't really do anything on the swing back. They didn't want to attack. Okay. All right. So I'll cast a Fable. I guess I could kill this guy because that seems pretty good. All right. So they don't take any damage. I guess Big Ugin would be a problem. Okay. So draw an extra card. Oh my gosh. They're going to come back from this. It'll be... So now they don't have Metalcraft yet. All right, so they gain 3 life. Gain 3 mana. And then they get to exile one more thing. Unless it's a ring, I still have a chance, right? Because I can cycle this. I should be able to Broadside plus a Fable just wins the game, right? Because then I can just fling at them. No, that's only 7 damage. They'll put them at 1. Okay. Okay. I don't know if I can beat Ugin. Oh no, they Scribe. All right, so I discard this and probably Plateau. So what do I want to do here? Hold on a second. I could kill that. I don't know if that matters. I guess I can put that guy in play. It doesn't trigger the second time. Okay, so I'll play this. All right, and I think I'm probably gonna lose here because they get to draw 3 cards this turn. And I mean, I do have a lot of permanents now. Like I have 5 threats. It feels like there's a Kozilek's command here. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do now. I had a good start in this game, but there's another one ring too. At least they can cast this turn. Trying to think if there's any. I don't think there's anything I can top deck to win. This is Source of Plowshares. Okay. All right, cool. So 2-3 of this deck. Let's see. Do I have any final thoughts for this? Oops, Magic Line did not want to. If I do this, you can still see it. So it felt like the tempo game matchup. I'm sorry. Match, which was like round 2, and actually like rounds 2, 3, and 4. Felt like just getting stuck on 2 lands was an issue, and I think maybe Staff a Storyteller felt like a little slow for this deck. Like even the times that I had it, it was kind of hard for me to have the extra mana to just activate and still cast something. So I don't know if this should be more lands or one of the other creatures that I could play in this deck, but I mean, I think if I had played against a control deck, maybe this would be amazing because then if you can just gain advantage every turn, that's different, but it just didn't seem very strong. And again, just having like hands that had a turn 1 play, a turn 2 play, but then not develop the game was problematic. So it could just be bad variance against me, but I think that was my thought. Static Prison seemed like a good card. Maybe it should just be more in the main deck instead of Staff a Storyteller. Like the mana configuration seemed cool. The sideboard seemed alright too. Again, the deck seems really interesting and fun to play. I can't really remember last time we had a true aggro deck in the format. I think might have been some kind of version of Merfolk from, I don't know how long ago, like with True Name Nemesis and the Lords that they usually have. And so like having a deck like this one that's like an aggro deck, right? Like, you have creatures that are attacking and you have some disruption. I think it's kind of cool to have this kind of deck in the current format. And it doesn't seem like we're playing a lot of reserve list cards. I believe just the Plateaus, and I guess this version just the Plateaus. And Plateau is not one of the more expensive dual lands. So if you're someone that's playing Modern and plays the energy deck in Modern, switching over to Legacy, it's not, I guess, shouldn't be that complicated with this deck. And hopefully Wizards will print more cards in the future that maybe you can improve this deck. Yeah, since it's a deck that I don't have that much experience playing, I don't know if I have that much input to talk about, but I think that it was kind of obvious, at least in this league, that just not being able to develop my mana was a bigger issue. And I don't think I made any. I don't see any glaring deck building problems. I think sequencing, it's very important, and maybe I made some mistakes there, but yeah, really like the deck. I will also post a video with the version of Splashing Black, which I think is a version that I played more against online. It was annoying because at the time I was playing Show and Tell, and this deck, when it plays black, it gets even harder because then I said, they have counter magic. I mean, not counter magic, I'm sorry. Discard spells alongside the Pyroblast and Containment Priest and Deafening Silence. Even though round one we played against the Show and Tell deck and we won, but I think that if you had black, I think it might be a little bit better in the current Legacy. Yeah, hope everyone enjoyed the video. And again, stay tuned for, I guess, Energy round 2.